We are serving up another stack of hotcakes live in 60 seconds.
This is the W2 Report with Sanji Homura. Here's Sanji.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I am your host, Sanji Homura. Today, in celebration of my upcoming vacation, we have a duck who is demanding money again. But before we go into our ground rules, before we go into our news stories for our hotcakes, let us go over the ground rules.
Rule number 1, don't be a dick. Rule number 2, if you are being the dick, stop. Rule number 3, if you fail to follow either rules 1 or 2, I'm going to come find you.
Okay. Introducing our third man in the ring, we have our Mr. Thomas.
Is it
I
Thomas?
don't know who you are. But I can tell you I have a very particular set of skills. Skills that make me very dangerous to people like you. So, if you are being a dick, I will find you and I will kill you.
Oh!
It's a vow.
Well, not you particularly, just...
And we are, and also coming back, we have a Mr. Vaughn.
Aloha. I will not be coming to kill anyone if they break rules. I will just wag my finger violently, and that will probably be it, to be honest.
Also returning from a very long hiatus, we have a Toasted Hoagie.
Hello. Unlike the others, if you break the rules, I'm going to bop you.
All right. Before we get started with our news stories today, let us first do a little admin. December 31st, 2023. We are going to do our smooth finish, where we get a bunch of news stories and we talk about the gaming landscape over the last year. This includes Earth 2. Because why not?
It's smooth finish. It's like last year's show, only smoother. Not as many of the rough edges to deal with.
It's very exciting. I mean, the last time I was this excited for a smooth finish, I was in a brothel. So this is really fun.
All right.
Now, Vaughn.
Oh no, I've broken the first rule.
No, you're not being one, you're giving it. That's the difference right there.
Contrary to popular belief in some circles, having a dick is not a crime. Being a
it
dick,
is.
All right. Our first story today. We might as well get the breaking news over with today. The Game Awards nominees were announced this morning. Can you guess which game got the snub?
Could it be Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, I was going to guess Goat Simulator 3.
Oh,
I would have guessed Yandere Simulator.
I think that came out a while ago.
I was going to go with Depression Quest 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Well, that would have been nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, well, see, they don't pay attention to non-AAA games, but they probably would have given Yandere Simulator Game of the Year above if it came down to that in Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes.
Why?
Can we guess why?
Because a bunch of people decided very unsuccessfully to start a boycott against Hogwarts Legacy because, J.K. Rowling. And my opinion has always been J.K. has allowed her opinions. I don't care.
Yes.
Now, I have a question. Are we assuming the cot's gender here?
The what?
The cot. Because you said it was a boycott. So we are assuming it's gender.
I see.
Nope.
No.
No assumptions were made. No assumptions have been made in the making of that statement. Okay.
Well, let's go over the nominees, shall we say. Game of the Year. We have 6 fabulous games. Shall we? If fabulous can include Resident Evil 4.
No.
Spider-Man 2.
Wait, just start at the top and we'll go down.
Okay, Game of the Year. Their nominees are Alan Wake 2.
Which I can't seem to find and heard was crap.
Baldur's Gate 3.
I've heard that's amazing.
You've heard it's amazing. I've actually played it.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Top tier.
All I've heard is that the gameplay is really good, but the story and writing is garbage.
Oh, I had a good time in the story. I loved it.
Resident Evil 4.
Okay, first off, they killed the really cool camp from the original Resident Evil 4 and did their damnedest to turn it into Resident Evil 6. So, no.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Not a clue.
Amazing. Top tier. I had a pleasure of playing it at what's it called? EGX this year, and it was a pleasure to play.
I've been hearing that it's really fun and it does look really good. But usually Mario games do.
They never fail to look good and play well.
Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, it's an obvious one. It has to be.
That's the obvious one.
Yeah. That game actually played pretty well.
I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if that doesn't get Game of the Year.
I'm thinking it'll probably be Mario Wonder.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think Legend of Zelda will pip it.
You think they'll take it?
100%.
Now, interesting factoid. In the first 2 weeks alone, Hogwarts Legacy outsold all of those with the exception of Tears of the Kingdom. Combined.
But how many players
here's
are still
something
playing?
very interesting.
There were tens of millions of copies sold, like right away, and I think they here a couple of months ago broke 100 million.
Well, here's a very interesting little statistic. According to Matt Pisacura, according to this fella here, according to data, Hogwarts Legacy from January 1 to September 30th, 2023, ranked first
in sales.
In sales.
Well, that's not surprising.
Number 2, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Sounds about right.
Let's continue.
So the most beloved game this year is the one that got completely snubbed out.
Yes.
Because Baldur's Gate 3, they've been building on it for a while now.
Mm-hmm. And number 3 on that list,
Madden 24.
Madden 24.
Diablo 4 got ranked way down.
Modern Warfare 2 2022 got 5th. And you can guess Oh, actually,
Starfield coming in at number 7. That's impressive.
I thought it would do better after the hype.
Well, in terms of sales numbers, a lot of people are that would have purchased right away are waiting for the mods to start appearing.
I wonder if that's also to do with Game Pass, because it did come out day one on Xbox Game Pass, which I don't know if how that counts sales.
That's another thing, yeah.
That must be quite hard to track. Like, does that count as a sale if you just download it from Game Pass, or
No,
no.
it wouldn't.
so if that was including Game Pass like plays?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Dead Space remake.
Okay.
So did a lot of people. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Came and went.
The version, it was bad enough.
Oh, can you guess which game is not on this list?
Not on that list.
Super
Not on
Mario
this list.
Wonder.
Super,
But then it wasn't out, was it?
This one here was from this table was from September, so
Yeah.
I wonder wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 wouldn't be on this list either.
Because that
Yes,
came out
it
in
would.
October, right? Or did it not?
Yes, it would. It would be. It could very readily be on this list
But it's not.
because when they sold the early access version, they sold it at full fucking price.
Oh yeah, August 3rd. Fair enough.
But they on the flip side, they didn't change the price.
Maybe people thought that if you bought it, you just lose your hair. Oh wait, no, that's Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I noticed Armored Core 6 was actually on that list.
That's a surprising one for me.
Climbed up 4 spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Armored Core 6 is a pretty good game.
I
Hard,
don't know.
but good.
I kind of liked it. Mind you, that helicopter boss and I had several hours worth of round and round and round.
Honestly, I think that boss is only hard because you have the starting equipment. You know,
Yes.
if you went back with like this is the stuff you could unlock later, you just totally trounce that thing. I mean, you want a hard boss with that game. Chapter 1 boss, Balteus. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised Diablo 4 didn't go for Game of the Year, because I thought that was
Because that one was horrifyingly popular.
yeah.
Warner Brothers hit a gold mine with Hogwarts Legacy. That's just all.
They did so good with the
And-
marketing for that as well.
Well, they got a whole bunch of free marketing. I myself had forgotten that it fucking existed until that boycott started. I'm hearing about it everywhere, and I'm going, gotta be something there.
Well,
You're an evil bastard. You've been playing this game. You pre-purchased it, or playing whatever this game. You should, they were canceling people for even owning a copy of Hogwarts Legacy.
yep.
Yeah,
And how'd that work out?
It didn't actually. It did. It worked very poorly. I said, okay, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to play it.
And you sunk some hours into it too.
Oh yeah. Actually, let me see. How many hours did I sink into that?
Well, honestly, their jerky behavior with Hogwarts Legacy probably is what catapulted the sales as high as they went because
that's that's where I was going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even I was tempted to buy Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm not a Harry Potter fan at all. I've never read the books. I've seen like one of the movies in theaters, and the rest I've seen just because they were on TV and nothing better was on.
I do recommend giving it a playthrough. It is fun.
Yeah, and I hear
Yeah.
good. I've heard good things about it.
Gentlemen. I'll let you finish just a second here. I have 102 hours into Hogwarts Legacy, and the live stream that I featured it on was 2 hours, which should tell you something.
You like it?
I played. Yeah, the game was actually good. I too have not been a Harry Potter fan. I've read all the books. I have not seen all of those movies, and I have no intention of, because holy crap.
Wait, what do you mean, holy crap? Do you not like why?
Because after the Sorcerer's Stone, everything got kind of everything got so far into detail rich that there's no way they could do any of those books justice.
I don't know, man. I'd actually disagree with you on that one. I thoroughly enjoyed all the movies.
There's a question. It comes to a question. It's not a question. It's not, did you enjoy the movies, but were they faithful to the originals?
I would say so. I mean, they missed out things, of course, but they weren't like massively important things.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. For example, Fellowship of the Ring left out the encounter with Tom Bombadil, which in my opinion was actually one of the better scenes from that book.
I've never read the books, but because they're too big for me, I can't ever start them.
Yeah, you should read them. You should also read the Silmarillion cover to cover.
How many pages?
A few.
A few million?
I think I still have my Lord of the Rings book somewhere.
I've still got them. They're just untouched.
I mean, it's not like you're. It's not like you're trying to read a song of ice and fire.
Oh.
Which, whilst not particularly painful, was really a long slog.
Okay.
Or the Wheel of Time, which is not only long slugs, but a lot more books. It's like 14 or 15 books in that sequence, and the author had to have somebody else finish it for him because he came down with a light case of death.
He's getting better.
Death is a great equalizer.
But yeah, no, Hogwarts Legacy was actually a pretty good game. I should actually get back in there and try and finish it.
I have heard a lot of good things about it, but like I said, all those jerks being jerky about it. Well, like I said, even I was tempted to get it.
I will say, one of the best things about it, which has actually got a Grammy nomination for the score, which is quite impressive, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
The music is beautiful in it.
Yeah, but the video game awards in general, in my opinion, are just who do we want to suck up to now to keep the social justice warriors at bay? And the list that we got there, if you want to put that back up.
Okay, let me put that back up.
Because a lot of people were telling me that Tears of the Kingdom was best game ever. No, it was not. But this is a list of, well, hey, we got all this stuff. They didn't complain about Alan Wake too much. They seem to love Baldur's Gate 3. Spider-Man's always a good catch. people, hell, Resident Evil 4 actually got some praise at the time. I'm not buying that, but you know, what do I know? Tears of the Kingdom is, well, it was a good game, but it wasn't a great game but they completely overinflated that.
I don't know. 100%
Mario
depends
Brothers
on who you
Wonder
ask.
is just a they do it. They're doing that because Mario games are Mario games, and it wouldn't do not to suck Nintendo's dick.
I'd be interested to see what they actually use to get the nominations for Game of the Year. Like, is it like news outlets or?
It's weighted heavily toward a jury and a fan vote.
Ah.
The nominees are chosen by a jury, and the fans decide. And it's supposedly, and I could be wrong on the ratios, but the jury decides 75% to 25% of the fan vote. I mean, there are some categories in the Game Awards that 100% of the fans do decide, but suffice to say, we are not going to be nominated for a Game Award anytime soon.
No, we won't. We're good. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, all of this stuff here, all the stuff they've got here is safe. It's literally just safe. Nobody's there. Very few people are going to get pissed off about the ones that are on the list.
But what gets left out is
very telling.
Very telling. All right, moving on. Because we do have a lot of news stories to cover today. All right, Mr. Vaughn.
C.
Pick a number between 1 and
4.
5.
5. Okay.
I'm going to be very annoying and pick 6. But if you halved it, you get 3. So there we go.
All right.
What is number 3?
Number 3 is Mr. Escapist. The Escapist Exodus.
Oh yeah, that they fired Nick and everybody, the lead editor there, Nick, and we're demanding that the folks really hammer on extra videos, and the rest of the team, the rest of the video team went, no, we're not going to do that. And then they all fucked off en masse.
Yeah. And
okay, here is the tweet itself. Nick. I'm going to read from a piece of paper. He was fired from the Escapists on November 6th. He has declined severance pay, and he will not be signing an NDA.
Ooh.
He is incredibly proud of his team, everything that his team and I have achieved over the last 4 years, and the community that we have built together, figuring out the next steps now and moving forward. His next tweet says he was let go for not achieving goals that were never properly set out for us, and a lack of understanding of our audience and the team that built that audience. I have watched many colleagues let go for the same reasons, and today was his day. Now, gentlemen, that sparked an exodus that included the man behind Zero Punctuation, among others.
Yep, Ben Croshaw, also known as Yahtzee.
Yep.
Now, what I would like to know is if the escapists, this is how I would think a traditional game journalism outlet should burn. Wouldn't you agree with that assessment?
I didn't even know people were still playing The Escapists in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, the big draw for The Escapist over the last, 10, 12 years has been Yahtzee Croshaw.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
People keep coming back to see
Zero punctuation.
Zero punctuation, extra punctuation, things like that. Yeah, they come back. They keep coming back. They keep remembering to come back because Yahtzee does little short game reviews with a sort of biting humor that gives you an exact impression of the game, what he thought of the game, without actually saying this game sucks.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yep.
Plus, if you get a Yahtzee, then you got 50 points right there.
Ooh, yeah, that too.
Bit dicey though.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, without him, they're kind of in trouble.
Well,
yeah, he was.
How many of their others have any kind of name? How many of the other folks even have any kind of name recognition?
None.
Yeah.
Outside Sterling, but he quit a long ass time ago.
Yep. Jim Sterling was the only other one, and Jim Sterling's been gone on his own platform, fucking it up for what, 5-6 years now.
Yeah, I literally only knew The Escapists for zero punctuation in Yahtzee. I mean, hey, when they had Bob Chipman back on, I even unsubscribed from him for the longest time because I couldn't stand him.
I think they still have Bob Chipman. I think Movie Bob. Yeah, I think they still have that guy. Or well, they had that guy.
I know they rehired him, and then they fired him like a year or two ago. But I don't know if they're stupid enough to rehire him again.
Well, they may actually, because that's the only critter that has any kind of name recognition that might be willing to have something to do with it again.
You know who else has a lot of name recognition, especially on the internet? Onision. Sanji. But yeah, just because you have recognition and name status does not make you a good fit.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Hiring Chipman back again, he's basically poison.
Well, yeah, it would help if Bob Chipman weren't violating rules 1, 2, and 3 around here.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, for anybody in the audience that watches stuff, find him on Twitter. You're not going to like him very soon after you do.
Yeah, well, see, his takes are so hot. The sun is jealous. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the guy literally believes he's the Ubermensch.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not even exaggerating.
Ubermensch, no. Ubermunch, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks he's a superior human being to everybody. It's like, oh my god, no.
Nothing wrong with a little narcissism to warm up your day.
A little narcissism. His can't fit in the state of Texas.
Hey, I live in Texas, and I can't stand the guy, and I don't even know where he lives.
Yeah.
Just look for anything that's blocking the sun.
Okay.
But yeah, without Yahtzee, the Escapist is kind of in trouble. And
no, they were in trouble before, but I think probably most of you will remember the fall of NeoGAF.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is starting to come apart almost exactly. This is starting to come apart, at least in terms of not as far as causes go, because I like the causes here better. But the way it's imploding is very similar to what happened in NeoGAF.
Hopefully the splitter group won't become a new reset era.
Oh, God.
We don't talk about reset era.
Yeah, the first rule of Fight Club.
Don't talk about reset era.
I thought the first rule of Fight Club was don't be a dick.
No.
That's the first rule of here.
I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, the first rule of Fight Club is that we don't talk about Fight Club. That's where that whole joke comes from.
And literally, Bob has bitch shits.
The thing is, I don't think Bob will survive in the wild world. That boy is at best a half-ass keyboard warrior. He talks a good game, but he'll never be able to back it up.
At least not without a beeping sound.
Ooh.
Is that a trick?
Okay.
No.
I think we've taken enough pot shots at Movie Bob. Okay.
Okay.
We're getting into the area where we're starting to punch down. Okay.
Well, when you're tall as I am, punching down is always an option.
Well, we're hitting a big soft target, so got to really punch it.
Yeah. So how about we move on? And if Movie Bob ever watches this video and wishes to come on to defend himself, I will be more than happy to host him.
Yeah, you'll have to have fun with that. I wouldn't be able to resist being a jackass.
Oh no, on my channel, you can be a dick. especially to guests who are stupid.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I have stupid guests on board, but hey, I am perfectly willing to make an exception. Not that I don't know where the Movie Bob name comes from. His name is Bob, and he likes movies.
SpongeBob was taken.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Mr. Thomas. Uno, dos, tres.
Cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis.
Yeah.
That's a 90s music reference, kids. You know what? I'm just going to go because I think I'm number one. Let's go with number two.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, how did we get from 5 to 3? I want to know.
Our next abomination is Capcom.
Oh dear.
And we do have a lot of things to say about Mr. Capcom, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Watch my more scathing reviews. They went east and then up. That's okay. EA got isn't much a fan of me either.
EA
Capcom really got
really
stepped into it with the PC modding community.
Oh
too long ago.
All mods are cheating. They will all be banned.
Yep. For the purposes of anti-cheat and anti-piracy, all mods are to be defined as cheats. That's the long and the short of it.
Except this one group, XIM.
That would That's Microshaft, which we forgot to brief you on. That's the one story I forgot to brief you on.
Rar.
That cat. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see here. So with that cat out of the bag, PC mods are to be defined as cheats, except when they are officially supported.
Which means they get to charge you for them.
What they are doing internally is no different than cheating.
Says the fuckwit at Capcom.
Yeah.
Says the fuckwit that presented this presentation at Capcom.
Yeah, where the hell are they getting this? Anybody who knows anything about mods, some are indeed cheats, most are fixes, and or, mods.
Reskins and shit.
Reskins, yeah. I mean, you can't tell. Okay, I saw this dude put up a video of Resident Evil 2 Remake, which changed the outfits of Claire and Ada. And yeah, they were sexy outfits, but how is that cheating? I mean, really, it's a skin. That's it.
Yep.
Because Capcom is not charging you money for it.
Yep. They demand that you pay for it.
Of course.
Money for goods and services?
If
Well,
Yeah.
you don't get money for it, it's bad.
Honestly, some of the ones I wouldn't mind paying for. But you've got other issues that go with it. The modding community's been doing this for free because they like the games, so on and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Capcom is like that stupid fracker at was it EA or ActiBliz? I forget.
We will deal with ActiBliz too.
Yeah, Resnick, who insisted that if you're not thinking of a way to that was Unity he was in charge of. If you're not thinking of a way to monetize beyond the original sale, then you're a moron.
No. Not just a moron, a fucking moron.
Oh, dear.
And it was Riccatello, too.
Riccatello, sorry. I don't know where I came up with Resnick. Anyway, John Riccatello. They are up in that territory with this bullshit.
But he goes on.
We're waiting.
The image of the product is tarnished when mods are released that violate public order and morals without permission.
So if they get permission to put up Chun-Li naked, that's not gonna create a moral panic? Seriously.
Violate public order and morals. It sounds like they're trying to turn themselves into morality police.
Exactly.
Public order and morals. You have real issues. Creating a problem that will cause a riot. I don't see that happening. I can see them rioting in the streets for not being allowed to.
Now, I think I see Capcom's point here. It's all mods are considered cheating because they didn't think of them first.
Yep.
Yeah, how dare they?
It's cheating in that you're cheating Capcom out of money.
Of course.
How dare you give shit away for free? But for every copy of the mod they sell, they'll give the mod maker a penny. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah, how'd that work out for Steam when they tried that?
It didn't. It went really, really bad.
Yeah. And Bethesda didn't learn. Because you can
Bethesda
go on.
didn't learn either.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I
Nor
think
did
it still has a
Nexus
score.
Mods.
Oh man, Nexus Mods. Oh,
See, here's the fun part. Bethesda did actually eventually come up off the dime. They did. The Fallout 4 and Skyrim shops that existed, all of their stuff is still out there for free. And it has been for more than a year.
I guess I missed that part.
Yeah, no, Bethesda finally said, okay, you know what, fuck this shit. And they haven't and they did not implement one on launch for Starfield. Didn't do it.
Now, pay attention to the bottom of the screen as I flip the slide over. Also, these mods may be mistaken for legitimate implementations and can cause reputational damage.
Damn, they had us there.
God, that is reminding me of Jack Thompson and his whole The Sims 2 is a sex simulator crap.
Yeah.
With the right mods, it is.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the right mods.
That moron was trying to get the to label the base game as that, which we all know that's a load of horse pucky.
Yep. But who plays The Sims Vanilla anymore?
Fair enough.
I probably would.
There's probably a lot of games that people won't that people don't play in their vanilla incarnation. Satisfactory. Not very many people use the vanilla version. Period.
Nope.
I haven't played a Sims game without mods in little after Sims 2 came out, really.
I do play vanilla, but only because I play on console sometimes.
Yeah, well, consoles are a different issue. We're talking about PC games. I will return momentarily.
Okay, now, and last slide. Customers affected by buggy mods cost support time, investigation, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the fuck, man?
You know, I can kind of see that being an issue that pops up because there are people that are that dumb out there. You know, they'll install a mod, it'll screw up their game, and instead of, oh, maybe I should check that mod I installed, they call Capcom support or one of those, and yeah, I can see that happening.
Only if they're stupid.
But for the average person who's used to dealing with mods, it's like, oh, my game is messed up. It must have been that last mod I installed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those times when caveat emptor comes to mind.
Yeah. I mean, geez, every time I installed a mod on Fallout 4 in my last playthrough, I made sure to go check and see if it was working and didn't kill my game.
That's the back end of a coyote.
The more you know.
The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
What's the other
G.I.
half?
Joe.
I have a really quick fix for their problem of extra support time and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what you do is you put an option on the IVR because you're going to go through the little menu system. It's going to happen. And say, has your game been modded? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. If they press 1 for yes, you give them a you give them a message. Please remove all your mods and if the game runs after that, don't call back.
Well, you'd think that would work, but there will be people who won't get that much.
But
No,
you can also put a little note in line that says we will not support modded games. Remove the mods and try it again.
I think something that would be equally as effective would be if they press 1 for yes, press 2 no. They press 1 and they spend instead of hold music, they have somebody just laughing hysterically, saying, "What a dipshit!"
Yeah, there are ways to get around. There are ways to get around that. To get around the extra freaking time to do the shit.
Hey, yeah, Raz.
Morning, Raz.
I like that name, Razio Cagliostro.
The fastest gun in the West.
That reminds me, I got to reread The Shadow for my annual rereading.
But yeah, these companies really, I mean, the best stance they could probably take is we do not officially support mods. And, leave it at that. Like what EA's been doing with Sims 4. It's like, yeah, I'll give them this. They learned from their days with Sims 3, where they're like, you can't mod our game. It's our game and you can't mod it. And then J.M. Piscato popped up with the first official mod, awesome mod, 3 days before Sims 3 was released. I mean, although, they did make it as hard as possible, mod that game, but it was a losing battle regardless. And now, with Sims 4, it's like, okay, yeah, you can mod our game, but we don't officially support mods, whatever.
We're not. If you want to mod the shit out of your game, be my guest. But we're not. We're not going to provide support for you if you do.
Exactly. That's the
which is exactly what. And that's actually Bethesda's official line. But then Bethesda encourages modding to a large degree. It's part of the reason they haven't changed engines like they really should have by now.
Yeah, well, why would they when the players fix it for them?
Yeah, well, actually, with Starfield, I found it really interesting. We got several updates the first about week.
They're adopting the Microsoft Windows approach. Release it as buggy as hell, and then offer fixes after the fact.
Well, that's just the software industry in general.
Yeah.
But they did it. They took a. They were actually paying attention to what everybody was writing, as far as what the hell is actually wrong with the product. And yeah, no, they went ahead and did all the things. They started fixing the bugs that were being reported. There's still I think there's still a few of them left, but it's not anything super major. But
are the NPCs still completely immortal?
What?
In Starfield, are the NPCs completely still immortal?
Only some of them.
Oh, so they changed it so you could actually gun down NPCs now.
Oh yeah, you could walk into the middle of a busy square and gun down everybody.
Just like real life.
Huh. Yeah, because I remember when the game came out, so a lot of the things I was seeing about is like, you could go on rampages and everybody just like gets back up and is okay.
Yep.
It was like the immortal Skyrim children thing all over again.
That's good enough. Okay. So, yeah, no, actually, eventually there was a patch, or not a patch, a mod that made those things killable.
Yeah.
Now, I can imagine why you wouldn't want to do that. I can imagine why most people wouldn't want to kill the children.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have one last story to cover today.
Just one? Because
Just one.
From 5 to 3, and now it's just one.
Well, unfortunately, we have time constraints on our hands today.
Well, no.
I mean, this is, after all, an hour-long show, and we have to save stories for our smooth finish.
Right. Okay, which one is it?
Okay. Let me get this out of the way. Remove that, and this is a game called Cards of Eternity.
Eternity.
The only reason why we are talking about this game today
It's because we're sponsored by Cards of Eternity.
No,
Which is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Or NordVPN.
no, we are not Count Dankula.
I was pointed to this game a couple of days ago by Mellow Online from Sentinels of the Store. Great outfit. If you happen to have a chance to join them, join them. But the story basically goes is that the game happens to hide a very, very, very deep, dark secret. A secret of the ones and zeros variety. The game is currently up on the Epic Game Store right now, if
How much
memory
do they want
serves me.
for it?
Huh?
How much do they want for it?
It's completely free.
Cool. Not. All right, go ahead.
It's completely free right now on the Epic Game Store right now. But if you want to play it on Steam, you will have to wait for a very, very long time. How long,
Didn't
you
get
may
booted
ask?
off permanently.
Permanently.
They got booted off the Steam store because they were doing it stupid.
Yes, they were doing a stupid. To explain the stupid, you will have to go circle back to June 22nd, 2022. This archive of their Medium post explains what their Coins of Luck server actually is.
Do they come at Lucky Cats?
Can anybody provide a lucky guess as of what you can exchange this Coins of Luck for?
In-game thingies?
Close, but no.
Okay. I'm out.
You can actually get items on their Discord server to exchange for cryptocurrency.
Ah.
What's supposed to be cryptocurrency? Not. Did they include blockchain? No.
They include blockchain.
Impressive.
Now, the price of these items range from anywhere from $5 to $15. Now we go back to October 2nd, 2023. The game is live on Steam. They give 2 days to complete this giveaway. But there's a catch. There's actually a couple of catches, actually, and you can see one of them on your screen right now.
You have to visit the website, download the game.
Download the game, play one match. Actually, you can see both catches right now. Leave a review. Don't mention blockchain. Leave a positive review. Screenshot your completed task, and you can get 5,000 coins of luck into your account. What is wrong with that statement?
Well, this violates two distinct rules here. First off, they didn't tell Steam that they were blocked, that they were doing crypto thingies, which is absolutely against Steam's terms of service, no matter what you do. And they're pumping up, and they're using this to pump up to get positive reviews, to get them up on the new and trending tab or whatever.
Yes. And just in case you missed it,
review manipulation and blockchain. Terrible. Is that you? Did you actually review this thing positively?
No, that ain't me.
Okay.
Now you notice that there's a red arrow next to this positive review.
XP I think is different from Coins of Luck. Coins of Luck are a token that operates outside the game itself, and XP is just you getting a level boost.
Yeah.
Or something.
Now, according to Steam user Zulot, who left some comments on their review, um, 27 people have taken up the developers up on their offer. That means the total amount of money that indirectly exchanged hands in this review exchange was roughly $405.
They needed one more person.
Oh?
They needed one more person to make 420.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this also means that if those reviews were removed from the user rating, instead of the game sitting at 76% mostly positive rating, it would instead sit at 66% mixed rating. Now, with all of that said, let me stop sharing that and present my knowing is half the battle. With all that said, do you think that NFT Web3 developers who wish to get on Steam will start using more and more and more of these tactics to get onto Steam to hide the NFT involvement?
No, they may try it, but they're going to fail, and I know and I can tell you why.
Okay.
Sooner or later, it's some individual is going to get disgruntled because his NFT is, worthless or some other such shit, and they will report that to Steam, and then Steam will go in and have a look and say, "Okay, you people, fuck off."
Yeah.
They've already made an example of the first instance.
Well, it's a safe bet that there will always be scammers trying this stuff, even with Steam.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to turn into that particular thing is going to turn into a huge problem.
No, Steam likes their money.
Yeah, well, if you got a free-to-play game, how do they get their money?
Well, that's what I'm saying is Steam likes their money, and those guys are kind of reputational poison.
Yes. Some of them are even more poison than Movie Bob.
Ooh.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, wasn't it Digital Homicide that was,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, digital. Don't get me started on Digital Homicide. We'll be here all day.
Squirrel, tell us more about Digital Homicide.
Okay. But Jim Sterling stopped covering Digital Homicide, and I picked it up. Yeah, go back through my.
Now that his original channel's back up.
Yep, go back through my history there. Look up a thing called Review the Developer. You will see a lot of Digital Homicide. Some of the most popular, actually, those were some of the most popular things I ever did.
Yeah, we need to go back and pick back up on that.
Well, what we need to do is we need to go back and we do need to pick back up on that, but we need to start playing crap games again.
Yep.
Because that is the breeding ground for bad shit. The Greenlight, I mourned the death still of Steam Greenlight because that shit was hilarious. Now you could fill a 2.5 hour stream with just trailers from Greenlight games.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are trying to get the votes, and they're just garbage.
Yeah,
you can see it dripping out of every freaking pore. It's terrible, I tell you.
So it's not good.
No. And of course, every once in a while there'd be a gem that was worth supporting, but most of the time, yeah, no, crap. I have a complete collection of Digital Homicide games, and I have played them all. They're all shit, without exception. But one of the things they like doing was taking their own projects. They take a project, they flip it, put a new coat of paint on it, and release it as a full game, followed immediately by doing it again. For example, there's a game called Hovering Helideath. It's a helicopter, and it's a side-scrolling helicopter shooter. That's it. You're in the helicopter. You have to blow some shit up. That's it, just to get through.
Yeah.
Then they did Mini Attack Sub, which is submarine and sea life. Horizontal scrolling shooter. The problem, of course, is they didn't. There was a thing that they didn't do, and that is tell the game that it wasn't Hovering Helideath. So they literally reskinned Hovering Helideath. Or, and this is going to be fun. This is hilarious. Wyatt Derp. One was a kind of shooting gallery thing. You fire, you move, you fire, you move, you fire, you move, reload, etc. Then they released Wyatt Derp 2, which was the same game all the way down to the bosses, everything. There were no changes in that game except they tipped the camera up 90 degrees. So rather than a shooting gallery, it's now a top-down shooter.
Wow.
Huh.
What a change.
In fact, they didn't even the thing. If they wanted to fool us for any length of time, and I spotted it immediately. What they would have done, was taken the 3D lettering that they used to indicate that a round was starting,
and flipped it.
and flipped it the same way as the camera. Because that's what happened. They left it alone, and you could see it pop up. If you got really lucky, you might be able to read it too.
Yeah.
And then it would disappear without actually showing us, without actually giving us a good look at it. And then the thing starts, and everything is exactly the same as Wyatt Earp, and you feel like you want to claw your fucking eyes out instantly. But they did a lot of that. They did a lot of that kind of thing. There was one game, little falling spidery thingies with some match elements. And and what it finally amounted to, it didn't turn out to be one game, but 25.
Oh.
They turned it into 25 games, 5 for each of 5 protagonists and their enemies. About the only thing I can think of that, whilst it did come out of a kit, showed any level of originality at all, was Nothing Like Crapper.
And even then, that was an acid flip.
Mm-hmm. Well, it did show a little. It did show a spark of originality in the way in what they did and the way they put it together. But yeah, no, there was, what was it? Temper Tantrum 2. Woohoo! You're a kid on a rampage.
Yeah.
There's another one that didn't actually wind up getting released to Steam, and I can imagine why. It was ELT, the extra large testicle. You are a big hairy ball running around in a city, and your job is to squirt spooge on all the girls.
Oh,
And
that sounds mildly inappropriate.
Inappropriate. The net result of that is that every one of them you manage to catch up to. The actual objective is to impregnate them.
Jesus Christ!
Yes.
Good Lord, that sounds like some old Atari porn games. Custer's Revenge.
Yeah, Custer's Revenge is the one that gets trotted out the most often. As far as that goes, but there were others. There were some others. Some of which were really, really, some of which make Custer's Revenge look fucking tame.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it here.
Aw, we were just it was just getting interesting.
Next up will be our smooth finish, December 31st, 2023. Until the next time we see you, just remember, the tax man cometh.
folks. This is Morgan Freeman. This concludes our broadcast day. I'm Morgan Freeman. Good night.